Natives are also something that I think we should consider. In your old-fashioned cottage gardens, 400 years ago, they had to grow what was available to them, which obviously meant things that grew locally, which means natives. For us, we don't tend to think of that as natives, but back then in England, these are the plants that were native to them. For us here, there's a lot of amazing Australian natives that are gorgeous in a cottage garden. They give us the abundance of flowers that we're looking for, but they're also quite hardy. And on this point, I will say natives from Western Australia, which flower beautifully, are not suited to a Brisbane garden at all, because they don't like humidity. They also don't like our clay soils. So if you're finding that your West Coast natives aren't doing well, even some of your Sydney natives, that's why. Look for ones that are better suited to Brisbane. We have so many grevilleas that will make a lovely small feature tree in a garden. Flower abundantly, the birds love it, as we all know, and the colour range in grevilleas these days is really spectacular. But there's a lot more native plants than we tend to give credit for that are growing in our gardens anyway. This little indigo ferra is something that, the native indigo, something that people tend to overlook. It's a pretty little thing that sort of grows in the shade at the back of the garden, and yet it's very pretty, but it's also a native. So wherever we can, the dianellas are great. Leptospermums, the little tea trees, shades of pink, white, reds, very, very pretty, flower abundantly. The Pandaria as a vine, the native jasmine, with the pink and white flowers, very, very popular, but very, very hardy in our climate. So again, these are all natives, and of course the Brisbane lily is one that is only recently coming out into production for gardeners. And it is the floral symbol of the Friends of the Botanic Gardens Association. It's a wonderful little lily which is native to Brisbane and has big green leaves and a lovely spike of little white flowers. So I encourage everybody to hunt out a couple of natives and just feel like you've at least put a couple of native things in, because you know that they're going to do well here. This cat's whiskers here, this white flower, it's in that same garden, that's my garden. It grows in abundance, and it is one of the best plants, I think, for a subtropical cottage garden. It's very, very easy to grow here. It suits our climate really well. The butterflies, the bees, the insects, they flock to it. So I'll get masses of flowers on this twice a year, in sun or shade.